Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today you join us on Nells Point here on Barry Island, Barry Bados. So basically it's not a venue I've really fished at all recently, well, ever. In all the years I have been fishing, I've probably fished it twice, maybe even once. I don't even know why, because it is a good venue. But to be fair, when it comes to the blonde ray fishing around here, pretty much all the points, obviously you got the Nap, Friars, Nells, white light, green light, and then you go around a few of the marks in Sully. They all produce really good blonde ray fishing, so you could probably stick to one venue for like a whole season of fishing and catch some insane fish. So yeah, it's not like I've been missing out on anything particular, to be honest. So I've got one rod out already, got my left rod out. It's a little bit early, got 3 hours yet till high. High water's at quarter to 9. And it's a 14-metre tide. I'm pretty knackered this morning because yesterday I was fishing down towards West Wales with Robbie for the taupe. We're fishing on Lidstep Point. And basically, got nothing to show for that. I was going to do a video, obviously. But the fishing was shocking, really. We fished probably a solid 10 hours, I think it was, 10, 11 hours. And for that amount of time, I had one hound. Thankfully, I did take a bit of crab with me for that hound. I had one hound and 2 dogs. And Robbie had like 5 dogs. And that was it. And a couple of spider crabs between us. But to be fair, the spider crabs, yes, they were absolutely a nightmare. I mean, your baits couldn't be in the water for more than 10 minutes and they were just completely, well, you reel in, there wasn't even elastic left on the hook. So, got back last night and I thought, let's have a go local this morning. It's currently Saturday today, so I had a day off work yesterday. It's a bank holiday weekend, so I thought work's not too crazy busy at the minute, so I'm able to take a bit of time off over a long weekend. And we got some, well, the weather's not looking too good. We've got a bit of rain coming over the next few days and a bit of wind. How true that is, I don't know. Because we all know the weather forecast people ain't the most accurate. I'm just baiting up my rig now for my second rod. Just using long pulleys. Just baited up a piece of mackerel there. So we'll get that out there now and see what we can catch. Like I said, there is a big tide of 14-metre. Well, it's not massive, but it's I was thinking of going on the Bendrix on the Monkey Tump. It's where I started the video when I was down Ogmore Reef with Robbie. That same little rock venue. I thought I'd go on a bit more of a productive mark, because down there it can be very, very hit and miss. So here we are on Barry Island. Got the tractor working the beach there, flattening out all the sand. Right, so like I said, baited that up with a piece of mackerel. Got my Tronics Competition Max GTs. The reels I'm using are the Pen Fathom lever drags, the single speed ones. I've also got the twin speeds, but they were the first things my hand come to my box, so I use them. You got to get a magged as well, because they are too fast otherwise. Got that filled with, I've got it filled with 25-pound Berkeley trilene and an 80-pound leader, shock leader there. Right, let's try and catch some fish. Well, I just cast that rod out there, right hand rod, you see me beat it up, and I had a bite on my left one. Didn't look like much of a bite, but something's been messing with it. Feels like you know what. Yep, one of them. That's one way to start the session off, I suppose. Hopefully there's not too many about this morning, but I think we all know we'll get a few of them today. If any of you out there that are watching that are fairly new to fishing, when you do get a doggy, don't just try and grab it from behind the head or the belly to unhook it, because as you can see, its tail there is folding round and rubbing on my skin. It just shreds your skin up and it ain't nice. But the reason that doggies actually fold their tail around is very specific reason actually. It's basically when they're out there feeding, when they pick up a bit of food that is too big for them to swallow, they actually use that tail, they fold it round and use that rough skin, and they actually use it to basically break down whatever they're eating, so it's a manageable piece to swallow. That is the reason. They're not doing it just to obviously scratch your skin up. Same with bullhuss. So next time you actually have a dog, and you'll notice that they get their tail round, put it against basically their cheek, and then rub, go in the opposite direction, going away from their face. And that's why, to just break down their food, to actually get it down to swallow it. But that's enough talking to dogfish. Enough for one day anyway. Well, I just looked up at my rods then. I had a nice slack liner. The line was just a big massive bow in it, so something's messing with my bait anyway. Let's hope it ain't the dog. There's definitely a dog on my other rod as well. It's been banging away for a little while. Seems to have stopped though. Not doing anything. Alright, just give it a little pull then. There's a fish on there. I don't think it's a dog, but I don't feel particularly heavy. It's alright. Well, hey, it's alright. Little small spotted. Nice. Only a baby. I was on the sardine, that one. I thought that was going to be too slack for a dog. Little male. See his claspers there. Happy days though. Second cast. Right, let's send him on his way. Well, I didn't even have a bite, so I just reeled in to check my bait. And as you can see, is another spotty. Another male one. Bigger one this time. So I had a doggy on that and it popped up. Another spotted ray. That one's on a squid. Last one was on a sardine. Here we go. Nice. This couple of rays only been here for, I wouldn't even say an hour. We've had 2 rays out. Not the biggest things in the world, are they? But probably about an average stamp that really, innit, I suppose. Don't really go that big, the spotted. Not around here anyway. I mean, I have had a big one. The biggest spotted I've had is £5.13, which for South Wales is a pretty big spotty. I was on the sand spit, that one, but any spotted ray over, say £3 coming on to £4 is a good fish. That one's not very big, about £2. Nice. Well, we'll get him back. Get that rod back out there. Let's send him on his way. Just had another bite then. Not sure if this is a dog or a small ray again. Goes heavy now, every now and then. It's got to be snagged. Got a feeling it's a small ray just hugging the bottom. I don't feel good. It's not really that far out neither. Let's try and go off the front there. He's got to be snagged. I'd probably say it's a small ray or something. Just hugging the bottom. So I'll give it a minute. I'll give it some slack, see if it pulls itself out. Hopefully it does. I haven't got another reel with lead on, so I'll get lead on the next reel, just in case I lose it. Basically, if you do get snagged and you got to fish on, and you know it's not a dog, basically just give it slack. I normally set the ratchet fairly loose, and normally if it's a decent enough fish, then it's just going to pull the lead out. So fingers crossed that's what happens on this one. Well, we got the fish off the snag, and it is another spotty. There's loads of these on today. It's 3 for 3 now. I see where it was stuck now. I said that ray was hugging the bottom. I'm probably hugging the bottom. And it was. Because sometimes you'll reel in and the lead's all smashed up where it was, not smashed up, but there's marks in it from where it was in the bottom. But this one, I'll turn the camera back on. There we go. Basically, you probably won't be able to see, but that hook is bent out. So chances are that ray was basically hugging the bottom as it was coming in. And with that hook come out the bottom lip, it just caught the bottom. And obviously that's what snagged it up. So I put it back down on my stand and it wasn't going. Normally, if it's your lead stuck and you give it slack and just sit the rod back down, you'll see the rod going for the fish is trying to get away, but it was obviously the fish was caught up rather than the lead. You can see that there, look. That's why I like flexing a hook. I don't like hooks that are too brittle. Like these Sakuma Tronic circle hooks, they will bend out if needs be, but that won't bend out on a fish. That's the only reason that's bend out is because the actual point of the hook, same as any hook, any brand, any pattern. If the hook is on a point, if the hook is obviously the point of the hook is if that's actually against a rock, it will snap or bend out. But realistically, 9 times out of 10, if the fish is actually hooked in the base of the hook, whether it be a circle hook or a J hook, it won't bend out unless it's something obviously crazy big. But at the end of the day, if you've got a big fish on a slightly flexible hook, you just obviously take your time with it and you'll get it in. But yeah, that is well and truly bent out. What bait was that on? I was on squid and sardine. A fish, another male. That's 3 male spotties and 3 casts. Loads of these about today. Be nice to get a blonde out. Nice blonde ray, but I ain't complaining. I haven't caught a few spotties in a little while actually. But it's safe to say there's a few about this morning. Send them back. Well, it's gone high water now, and the rays have gone off the feed, and the dogs have come on the feed big time. It's literally been a dog a chuck at the minute. Literally as soon as it goes out, they got a dog on it. Which ain't ideal really, is it? I've chucked the crab off the front with a weak link on it. See if there's a hound out there. So I brought 3 crab. Because I know on here you do get the hounds coming through. Well, same as most marks really, most of the points. Well, the tide has slackened off slightly. Well, the first part of the drop it was quite strong. Now it's eased off a bit. Just baiting up my spare rig now. Just go with sardine and squid. That's what I had pretty much all those spotted on. All 3 of them. They are easterly winds today, and yesterday I think they were around here, which, well, as everyone knows, it does kill the fishing off. So, well, I was thinking, I was surprised that I haven't had any blondes. I think they're biting that crab then, that left one. Sure that done something then. Yeah, I think it was quite slack then, and it's picked up now. The rod's bent slightly. Hopefully there's something messing with the bait. It's not a dog. I was surprised that we haven't had a blonde really yet. Oh, we still got a chance, I suppose. But normally on the points, nice big tide, we've always got a good chance. I mean, that right rod there is really slack now. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a fish on that by the looks of it, with how slack it actually is. Let's go tighten that up. I forgot a rag. To wipe my hands with, so I have to keep running down there every time to wash my hands. The Titans you pull in left now, which is weird. You do get a back eddy where it basically goes down, hits Friars, and comes back into the bay, and then comes along Nells then. Because if you go halfway, from halfway to the end of Friars on the drop, it'll pull you right. Then if you come halfway down to the bottom of Friars, it will pull you left on the drop, which is weird. There's one position you can actually put your stand in where you'll have one rod pulling left, one rod pulling right, which is a bit strange, but all the back eddies and stuff pull you around different places. So when you got all the points, I think that's part of the reason why the fishing's so good around here. It's not just loads of flat, straight beaches. There's obviously like 3 or 4 points, and there's the 2 breakwaters. There's loads of rocks that stick out, like Bendrick's Rock, obviously Sully Island, the Sandspit, Lavenock Point, all on that area. So there's just a lot of back eddies that create a lot of holding points for the fish, and obviously where they feed. So there's no reason why that's not why the fishing is so good. But anyway, that's my next bait there. Squid and sardine wrap. So let's see if that will have a fish. Well, we're coming towards the end of the session. I was going to have one more cast, well, freshen up the baits on each of the rods. And I was actually stood there watching the rods, and this one went quite slack. And before I'd even got to the rod, it picked it back up. Give a crack and pull over. So I'd quite confidently say it's a ray. Hopefully something a bit more bigger than those spotties we had. I think it's on mackerel, this one. Yeah, something says he's coming in slack now. Find out and find out. What's happening? Right. You on? I'm on. Where's Milo? On video. There's a reel there. Been here since about 6. 3 spotties and 3 or 4 dogs. Yeah, blonde probably now. Going well now. Let's see what it is. If you don't mind. Little small blonde. Good time for a mate to show up. Nice one. Swallow that down. Yeah. There we go. First blonde. Well, there we go. Well, there we have it. We finally got the blonde. Swallowed that down on the mackerel, like I said. Thought it was on there, but no monster.
Job's been slow, just had a blonde.
But he's not a bad fish. Better than not catching him, innit? He's woken up now. We'll grab a quick photo of it and send him on his way. I think I got on my other rod as well. It's gone slack, same as this one did, but it hasn't pulled over yet. So we'll see. Well, I think with another session done, just really with my last cast now. To be fair, that the dropping tide didn't fish well at all. I thought it'd been the better of the session, but it wasn't. I got one rod out there now. Just cast that one off the front there. Bit of squid. So get these rods packed up now, get the gear packed away in the box, and then go home. I'm gonna go home and take this line off these reels, because I found an old spool of Berkeley trilene in the garage, the 25 £, and I forgot how thick it is. It's horrible to cast. It's alright for bigger stuff, with tilt fishing and all that. I'm going to take it off and chuck some thinner stuff on there. And make some rigs. Ready for the next session. Don't have a clue where I'm going to end up next, but wherever I do, I shall see you there. So until then, thanks for watching, and I shall see you next time.